where does that defensive performance rank among those you've seen from your teams?
I think we were sharp. I mean, Harvard's a lot better than they showed. It was kind of one of those cases where we really came out. Mike got us off to a great start offensively, and defensively we were really ready. I thought we prepared well this week in practice and had great respect for Harvard, and they you could just see it. They were sluggish, and they had one of their poorest games, and early on we were right defensively and making some shots, and that was a bad, obviously, recipe for Harvard. But I liked it that our guys, we challenged them to not give Harvard anything easy, and then the few easy ones they got, they struggled with. So I feel bad it's hard to be in that spot. I've been in that spot, quite honestly, a few too many times on the other side of it, and I just challenge our guys to play hard and certainly have respect for how Harvard has played and realize that's not them, but don't want to take away how ready our guys were and how hungry they were to play and how good the crowd was. We don't usually get a crowd like this heading into Christmas break, so that says a lot, and I was thankful for that.
Coach, I guess two parts. You talked about how much more did you expect from Harvard, and second of all, how important do you think it is? This is a pretty good mid-major team in Harvard, and your program, basically wiped them off the floor.
Yeah, I think, Tommy's done such a good job building that program with their postseason success and just over the years, and he's really built a very good program. Again, that's the good and the bad of sports. You never know when you're sometimes you feel like you're ready and you're not. I know they just took finals. They had a long break, so I understand there's a lot of those things at play. But, you don't ever expect your team to come out like that on their side, but they did, and I thought we'd be ready, but I didn't know we'd be that ready. I didn't know Mike was going to be on fire, and so, again, it was just the perfect thing that came together. But, again, we're just trying to establish playing against the game, and, again, regardless of the score, and we know we'll need to keep playing at a level like this to be successful.
Tony, you mentioned Mike. He scores the first 9 points of the game, and then I think you took him out of the game, actually.
Yeah, he had one, I think he was getting tired. He played for a while, but he picked up a foul, and I didn't want him picking up a quick second one again. So we had some foul trouble with some of our big guys, but I think he got a good stint and, obviously got us off to that great start. Glad he had 10 rebounds, too. So.
And then at this point in the season, you're 11 games into the season, and no team has really taken you guys down to the wire, maybe LaSalle, I guess, a little bit. Does that concern, obviously, isn't something after a performance like that, but going forward, do you feel like this team in non-conference play has been challenged enough?
Well, we play a good Davidson's team coming up. We were on the road. It was a 4-point game with I don't know how much time at VCU, so we've been in some of those spots. But hopefully we keep playing well and not be in those spots. But you have to just take what's in front of you and keep establishing it, and I'm sure we'll be in some of those games as we keep playing.
David. Tony Saunders is the Ivy League Player of the Year. He's led them in scoring
averaging 20 or whatever it was.
Every game this season, he's been their leading scorer. What Malcolm at first, and then Shayak also when you brought him off the bench defensively really seemed to frustrate.
Yeah, I think the fact that we worked hard in practice. We tried to address a few things over our break, and it was trying to be disciplined in our slides and not getting faked. He's one of the best guys to lift. He's really clever with his pump fakes, and I thought first our size and our length at that guard position with Marielle, Malcolm, Justin, that's a nice luxury to have going against a big guard like that. But I thought we were disciplined and staying down, and every shot he took really was going to be contested. And then we were plugging the gap. So I thought we got off to a good start because he can get going. He kind of has a game where it's methodical and he lift fakes and spins. And for the most part, Malcolm didn't bite on any of those early. And then Marielle did a nice job too. And if your shot's a little off, it's frustrating when there's always length on you. I mean, I know that from playing against that in my days. That's a challenging thing. And again, he just was off. You could see it. They all were. They just weren't. They didn't play the way they usually would.
Maybe this is a question better asked on Thursday, but how did Virginia never played Harvard? How did this game get set up?
Yeah, again, Coach McKay and Ronnie Weidman, they go out looking for games, and they'll bring it to me, and we just try to play quality opponents because we have so much respect for what Harvard's done. This is a good game for us, and so obviously two excellent academic schools that are trying to go in the right direction with their basketball programs. We thought it was a real good game, and to play here was good. And I know our fans certainly were excited about it.
I know defense is always the thing, but it seems like the offense this year, particularly on the fast break, has been really sharp. When they have success like that, is it a little bit easier maybe to let them play like that?
Yeah, we just talk about all the time being sound and making good decisions. And offensively, I think you have to look. You've got to score in different ways. Yes, in your half-court offense, but offensive rebounding at the free throw line. And if you can get some of those easy ones, breakout buckets. I think we were really stalling against Rutgers. We really struggled. Or one of the games, I can't remember, maybe it was Maryland, but we said we got to get up the floor faster, and if you got a good shot, take it, but make a good decision on the back of it. And I think those are real important for us. And some guys, again, the strong guards, when they're going, they can usually get to the lane, and our guys have been, again, getting those extra kind of points, free throw line, offensive rebound, and transition.
Tony, outside the program at least, do you think Malcolm is maybe underrated as a defender?
I wouldn't know what people think of him. I just know we challenge him every day, and he's taken it on himself to be better defensively this year and spread out and slide. He's got that frame, the big hands, and when he's like a roadblock when he's set and he's really in the right frame of mind, and he's embraced that. You can see that. And he's had that. He came in coming from a great defensive program, but he's continued to improve, and that's nice because you go against so many good scorers in our league that we'll need those guys to be able to do it. It's good to see Marielle taking a step in that direction, and I'll keep challenging other guys too.
One last question. Coach, you mentioned the similarities of the schools and the institutions with academics as a high priority. You notice any similarities in what you try to do in terms of recruiting? I know you and Coach Hammock are both recruited Malcolm, and any other similarities you might notice?
Yeah, and Malcolm's grandparents wanted him to go to Harvard. They did not want him to come to Virginia. So there's actually a few kids on that roster that we were trying to recruit for sure. You look for the guys that certainly are going to be good over the long haul, that value the degree that you get at a Harvard or Virginia. It's so there's definitely you run in the same circles. There's schools that you're always going up against, but absolutely a few guys we wanted. And as I said, I coached against Coach Amaker when he was at Michigan. I was an assistant at Wisconsin, and he's a classy guy. And I'm so happy to see the success they had. And I know that pit in your feeling after a game like this, but they'll certainly rebound from this and learn from it. But absolutely, we go after some similar guys.